Meditation is helping us experience something larger than this body or this life. So what we experience, the larger, is unknown, is unlimited, is unpredictable. So it breaks all the idea when we start experiencing this unlimited. Unpredictability. Anything can happen because it's just infinite. You don't know, so anything can happen anytime. Unpredictable, unlimited. It is exactly the same difference when you're going into this field. When we are meditating, emptying ourselves every day, we are getting in touch with this consciousness, which is unknown, unlimited, unpredictable. We have to stay open. If you want to experience this unpredictability, then we have to stay open. One, we have to stay open of what I'm going to experience. So we do not be going to the preconceived notion. If you predict, what you think is what you create. And if I go into Himalayas and I had my own fixed chart, and then there's the only thing that I'm predicting, I'm looking for it. So when I drive from one place to another, I just ignore the whole thing around, right? I just ignore. The only focus is, okay, Google is showing me another 20 kilometers, it's going to be another 30 miles, 30 minutes. Why is so? 20 kilometers should be 20 minutes, not 30 minutes, right? So we have our own calculations, so the whole time is lost. We're making it very predictable. We go in with no expectation, make it unpredictable. We need to plan. Even at work, everything I'm talking about is now into the field. We need to plan, but we let go and then go in, and then now we got to let ourselves surrender and then go with the flow of what is. Whatever is that is happening, go with the flow, and then let us apply a spontaneous reaction to it, and not as opposed to a very, very planned reaction. Spontaneity is coming from inside, plan is coming from the mind. It's great if a plan and spontaneity matches. But if not, do not resist. Go with it. You feel a lot that I must stop here. I'm driving and I must stop here and then see what this place is. It looks so beautiful. Okay, I feel like sitting here, sit down. It's okay. You planned and then probably half an hour late you go. But recognize that everything happens to your best. So when we are in meditation, don't make it predictable. Go in with a very, very open mind. It is unlimited because it is that 99.99. So what kind of stuff you get, we don't know. Unlimited. Everything is there. So the experience that you may get can be any type, something that you can't even imagine. So we don't make this as hallucination. Am I dreaming? Am I imagining? Am I hallucinating? People who do not understand call it hallucination. If someone told you, I'm meditating, I'm having this experience, they'll say, yeah, you should be just, they don't know. When we don't know, then we make these judgments, comments. Doesn't mean that our experience becomes that. The mystical experiences, they are there. Mystical experiences are there, they're profound. That is exactly what's going to happen with consciousness. It's going to stop. If you reject it, if you stop believing it, that means okay, they're not ready to take from me, so I'll stop. Why should I waste my energy? So difference. Unlimited, unknown, unpredictable. We're going to experience it. We need to be very open to what we're going to receive in meditation. That is very, very important. Of course, our analytical mind is constantly analyzing. Happy morning, everybody. Great afternoon, wonderful evening. Manifestation principles are the anchoring principles for experiencing ourselves more. We're talking about health, intelligence, relationships. You see, each of them are satisfying a body, physical body, emotional body. Intelligence is mind. Intellect, talking of increasing a spiritual quotient. Everywhere manifestation principles can be applied, need to be applied, and we are applying, whether I know it or not. So thoughts, feelings, and environment create our reality. Setting vision of the future is changing our thoughts into a higher elevated thought. Reprogramming, recognizing what our limiting beliefs are, and reprogramming regularly of those beliefs into something higher, expansive, by reading, by developing empowering beliefs, reforming them, is a way to slowly change ourselves, our state of being. Now, environment is also changes, friends. Environment does change. Environment comprises primarily of people that are around us. Of course, in situations, if you are located in areas where factory farming is done, or all kinds of, all the time, meat is served, meat is sold, you also think about it will change, the environment will change. If you have an opportunity, you change, and if it is not an opportunity, then slowly your intentions are there. Those things will change, because everything is vibration. But the most important part of environment is the people around. We make conscious choices. We make conscious choices. We need to make conscious choices. If you want to be focused towards what you're looking for, then you have to be surrounded with people who are positive, not toxic people, who are discouraging, who are complaining, who are jealous, who are this, that. So it's not that. So we as we increase the vibration, either the people around us change or we change. We got to make our responsible attempt. But then if not, then either we withdraw from them. It is okay. Nobody is wrong, nobody is right, but it is for us to ensure, because that environment is also constantly triggering memories and thoughts into you. And that is sufficient to pull a memory or re-experience it, and that is sufficient to change a vibration. The other day, Lauren sent me a picture. About 3 years ago, we were in Mount Shasta. Mount Shasta is considered sacred mountain, energy mountain. It was that. My experience was that. I'd been there 2-3 times in California. So he sent me a picture. So the environment matters. The pictures he sent, and I was amazed at the speed at which my memory could collect back the whole trip of 4 days, just with that picture, with the snow. In snow, we were there with another colleague, Lawrence, and we had a big photo there. It pulled back all the memories of that Mount Shasta environment, what we did. That was positive, very positive. But the mind is acting so quickly. Just one picture reconstructed the whole event in my brain. What we did on day 1, day 2, where we lived, how we spent that morning. We came out and then did some meditation. We were meditating in the snow, then suddenly there is snowfall, many things. But everything was good. So that single act from a positive person pulls out those moments and then sends. And so it was good. When we have toxic people, then they're sending similar stuff. You suddenly get a video which shows how some people are getting bashed up. A viral video it becomes. And you'll get that video and then you'll start seeing it. Right? We do see these videos, right? All the time they're there. So what does that do to you? You'll go back and pull all the memories that are unwanted, something that has happened in your life, in some story. So difference, the environment matters. What we think, what we, whom we are conversing, whom we're interacting matters. And of course, we develop the discrimination to start making changes to our environment. You don't have to go away, you withdraw from it. You change your circle. Anybody is on the practice of meditation, birds flock together, whatever, not getting the thing. We will choose, our circle, and it is important. It needs to happen. If you're holding on to toxic people just because they've been there with you for 20 years, you make your attempt to get them into meditation, get them into think different, stop bias, stop judgmental, because it's always happening around the neighbors particularly. Make your attempts, but otherwise stay away. We stay away automatically because otherwise it'll be influencing unnecessarily because we're taking it. Yes, birds of same feather flock together. Progressing in spiritual practice, it is important you choose your circle of people and friends with whom you are daily interacting, because it makes a lot of difference. My circle naturally changed. It became natural. It became obvious. And we are all the time doing it. The point is, anybody is holding on to a past relationship because it is there, because that person comes from a hometown, because that person is there with you in this company for this long. It is good. When you are spiritually rich, when you are materially rich, fine, you are empathetic. You're materially poor, you make friendship, but keep it there, just friendship, stay with the friendship. But you are spiritually rich before that. And so spiritually rich, you got to spend time in giving everything you have to them. That's what we have to continue to do. Every time we have an interaction, meditate. Not how the property is growing and how government is not doing good stuff. Meditate, read. Thoughts create realities. This is what we have to open up. Now, if they like it, they'll be around. If they don't like it, they'll go away. So what? Few important aspects into the manifestation principles. By now, if our emotions have to be changed, it's all vibration. Each one is influencing other. It's all vibration, right? So if everything is vibration and everyone is influencing other, so I have the ability to manifest, but then my reality is also being influenced by people around me. So what do? How do you, if we are wise, then we get them to participate into a cause, right? It's called the more emotional participation of others you have in your cause, then the more you are manifesting. The more emotional participation of others you have in your cause. That means they also are actually thinking and feeling about and are giving that energy. Wow, that's nice. Grateful to all of you. Buddha Seva Foundation has so much of emotional participation of everybody. The more emotional participation of others you have, then the more you grow. The more you can manifest what you're looking for, the more experiences you create. So whenever you are asking for something, look at how many more people that I can touch. Whether it is knowledge, your time, your money, your resources, whatever that is, your position of power, how many people that you can touch. and then talk about it to them. Otherwise, they won't know. You talk about it, so they respond to it. They respond to it. And they respond to it positively. Okay, wonderful. This is great. So they also get a thought, okay, so if Arvind succeeds, then this is what I'm going to have. And then it's good for my cause and good for his cause. So we send a positive vibration. So the more emotional participation of others that are there in your cause, the more it grows. Pretty simple mathematical equation, which is what, of course, the startups, what do they do? The founders are giving stock, invest, all of that stuff to the people, right? Options, equity. They're getting them participate. You also feel it is for me too. There are obvious principles, the same thing for the manifestation. My promotion is not just for me. It's not just for my repaying my loan alone, and then my taking care of my vacation alone, and then taking care of my family alone. Great, at least family is involved there, so that some more people are there. But go beyond, dear friends. Go beyond. The Indian Vedic model described the increasing order of pleasures. Increasing order of pleasures, set of body pleasures. Nice food, nice body, exercise. Body pleasures are there. It's great. We go beyond it. We do the mind pleasures. Emotion pleasures, relationships, and all of that. Then mind pleasures, jewelry, nice clothes, this power, this position. Those are all also pleasures. We go beyond it. We start service, devotion. We help others because that's where we feel. We work for environment, intellect. Pleasures, we go beyond. We start seeking internal bliss, pleasures, we go beyond. We start serving to everybody. The universe is one with me. So from that angle, you look at it. So the more emotional participation, then you serve with others is helping others in the best possible way that you think, that you feel right to you, with the discrimination as we understand more and more. But emotional participation of others is always helping. Of course, our manifestation also moving in this order. Very soon, it move up to the order. To manifest for me versus manifest for somebody else. It is going to move up the order. We're not worried about it. It's all will have to be that way as we are meditating. But these are all tips to enhance our experience of manifestation itself. Surrender and gratitude and acceptance are there. Gratitude, we know, is just gratitude is saying that, okay, my manifestation happened. So it's a feeling of having that happen. So the more you feel it has happened for you, the more real it's becoming. And so the less you're doubting. So when you express gratitude for that future every day, that as if it's happened, so the more you are, the more you know that it is there. It is there for you. It's anytime it's showing up. And so the less you doubt about that future coming to you. I don't know if Mahatma Gandhi ever doubted that we'll get independence or not. Definitely would have not doubted it. So when we are grateful for something that is yet to happen and physically made manifest, then we are reinforcing our belief that it is happening. So the chance of not happening is lesser because every day you're grateful for it. So even if somebody is trying to seed a thing into your mind that, hey, it's not happening, this grateful feeling kicks in and says, wait a minute, it's already happened for me. Surrender is recognizing that I'm playing, but this intelligent consciousness also equally playing the game. And then let it When we are manifesting, when we are asking for something, we are asking through our own intellect, to our own mind, which is developed to an extent, whatever that is, right? But then we have, if you are intelligent, we'll let the consciousness flow through us rather than saying, I'm only doing it, I'm the one, the reason for this company growth, this people doing this way. I was the one who got them here, rather than making everything I. We recognize that there's somebody very large, something very intelligence is there, and there is also no a better way of doing things. So we got to just let it happen. So we have to plan actively. We ask actively, but then when we are not doing any act, we have to let go and then let things flow through us. Surrender is be ready to change course. Surrender is drop yourself and then don't think you are the one who's doing it. A lot of times in manifestation, as we start seeing successes, then we start losing ourselves. We lose the connection. Our ego flares, and then so we slowly separate ourselves and lose the connection. When we lose the connection, then again we're unclear what to do next. Suddenly we're faced with challenge situations again. And we may go into the mind model. We start making roundabout decisions. That's all. Nothing is a mistake. We make roundabout decisions. It take a long time to come. Like when you are asking for something and you presented two choices. The choice that you are least expecting, in my case, the choice that I was least expecting is there. The company to acquire, and then so surrender, then you take it. Surrendering. To change, be ready to change the course is important when we are in the process of manifestation. You want to go and meet this person, it is telling you hire this person. Do that. If you got that intuitive thing that hire this person, whereas you've already gone through 10 rounds of interviews and you're about to pick that person, but then here it is telling you do this, at the last minute it comes to you. So what do you do? An analytical mind will not let go. No. 6 people have already interviewed, spent so much time. There's no way I'm going to let this candidate away. We all agreed. But here you are suddenly getting this unexpected message that, hey, this candidate showed up, so hire that person. Are you ready to surrender, to take that message? Acceptance, friends, is essential. That I ask for X, I get Y. I want to have a beautiful life with my family together, but then suddenly your husband is telling you, hey, look, you know what? I've got this sales job where I need to go into Bombay and then spend some time. Totally opposite, right? You want your family together, spend time, but suddenly your husband is telling, I got this sales job or I got this new job which requires me to travel 3 days a week. Now, part of a manifestation, say a few days later, if that's what is coming, now we will not be able to see bigger picture of what it will lead to. So our first reaction would be, no way, manifest is not working. I'm asking for more family time here. My husband is going to go more away from me. A classic case where we'll not be able to accept. But the thing is, we don't know the big picture of why things are happening. So the big picture is always there. And so we accept what is coming in, even the result. We accept it because the result is today this way. You asked for a VP, you became a director. You wanted to go and then do the voluntary service to everybody in Bangalore. You went and approached governments and this and that, but you're given an approval to do only the small part. Accept what is there, because it does not mean that what you're wishing is not happening. It only means that it is yet to happen. Time and space are not ours in manifestation. That means the problem comes when we say things are not happening because you set a time and frame in your mind. Oh, I want to do this now. I'm in Bangalore for the next 2 years. I would like to finish whatever work I want to do here. And so we work everything within that perspective of 2 years, and then it keeps kicking in and say, oh, my time is up. So I can't do this. It's not happening for me. Time and space are not ours. Because when let go of time, and let go of time, things will happen in the fastest space possible. But we are accepting what is coming because we do not realize that that is only a stepping stone for a larger thing. Accepting equanimously without any feeling of inadequacy. For example, spiritual events we plan, right? We plan. Last November we planned and said, okay, let's do this Pyramid Valley physical event. We did that. Capability is there. You put a thought about that, no, okay, the hall is full. But we got about 26 people or 25 people out there. Happy. Because I knew that there is something you build on top from there for the next one. Next one, we were full beyond the hall capacity. We couldn't take more. We were full beyond the hall capacity. But we accept that result that come in because it's always a dream for me to have maximum number of people that accommodated in there to do this work, that inner work, that work on ourselves. Small things to big things, dear friends, we accept because the bigger thing is in store. That's how we have to always look at it. Friends, let's go into a meditation once again. We are doing breath mindfulness meditation. Our goal is to empty our mind. Anybody new? We are at the end of this manifestation week talking about various concepts. Who joined today, learn the meditation, and the recordings are always there to go back and listen in, or we're always doing a next program to connect back again and rolls over. So the goal of this meditation is to empty our mind. Thousands of thoughts in the mind. When I observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. So we simply sit down with our eyes closed, specs removed, fingers into fingers, rest your hands comfortably in your lap, as you see in the picture, cross your feet at ankle, and you observe your breath. Take any point in your nose in the middle of the eyebrows, preferably, and then observe that breath inside your nose going in and coming out, that warm and cold air. If you sense warm or cold, it's okay. But at least observe the breath is going in, coming out. When you observe the breath is going in and coming out, slowly breath becomes subtle and subtle and subtle. And then slowly you'll not have something to observe. Or you'll forget you're observing. Either way, you go into an empty state of mind. Where you pay your attention is where the energy flows. So when you don't put our attention on thought, instead put our attention on the breath. So thoughts that are not getting energy slowly go down. If you apply attention to the thought, it keeps flaring up. It pulls more thought. So the technique is to observe, put our attention on something away from the thought. So we're putting attention on the breath. That subtle thing is there with us. So it is one of the most easiest techniques to go empty. So observe your breath, and then mind becomes empty. When a mind is empty, we experience energy, some kind of sensations. Maybe they may not be in a body, in a mind. So be a witness to it. As you're observing the breath, as you're empty, but suddenly thoughts come. When thoughts come, you recognize that you're thinking, bring your attention back to the breath again. And then again, continue to observe. Again, thoughts come distracted. So you bring your attention back to the breath. But there's always a point where you are empty. We are not experiencing anything. You've forgotten about yourself, the people, the places around you. Empty means thoughts are empty. So you forget everything around you. So you sort of get into a blackness, void, emptiness around you. So that is a state you want to be in as long as possible, right, friends? So before doing that, we're doing something called heart elevation to slow the brain down. Meditation is slowing the brain down. Heart elevation helps us to slow the brain down and then go into this meditation. This meditation that we are doing called Anapanasati is to empty the mind, is by observing the breath. So we'll do that process after doing this heart elevation. Follow my guidance actively. Relax yourself. Sit comfortably. We're not doing manifestation segment today. We'll do that longer tomorrow. And as we complete meditation today, Lawrence, co-founder of Buddha Suit Foundation, will join a successful business leader to share her journey, her experiences, some of the new things that she is experiencing. With your eyes closed, dear friends, relax yourself. Relax your body, head to toe. Dear friends, dear masters, keep your hands on your chest area with your eyes closed, specs removed. Rest your attention on your breath and on your sacred heart with a slow, long, relaxing breath for the next 2 minutes. Can you feel your beautiful heart? Breathe more of that long, slow, relaxing breath and feel your heart center, dear friends. Which is helping life thrive with its love, with its joy, with its gratitude, energy. Can you recollect an event, an experience from your past, from your present, or from your mind movie of enormous love, joy, gratitude? And feel that emotion inside your beautiful heart. Relive that moment.
of love, of joy, of gratitude. And elevate yourself we're all deeply interconnected. Deep inside, we are energy connected with each other. Allow yourself to merge into that emptiness inside of you, all around you, as you become one with your breath. That's energy. All emptiness is energy. Become aware of that emptiness spreading far and wide, beyond your body, beyond your room. This is the unlimited quantum energy field with infinite possibilities. everything you have ever experienced or will experience is here in this field. The longer you stay connected, as no body, as no thing, the more you receive from it. Stay aware of that emptiness, of that void, that blackness all around. That's energy. The longer you stay connected to this field, dear friends, the more open we become. Become aware of that energy, that emptiness. Your divine consciousness, that greater intelligence that's always with you. Tell yourself to stay connected. Express gratitude to all things and everybody. It's an honor and privilege to be living this life, to be exploring consciousness at this time of history. Your gratitude to your parents, your teachers, your mentors, all the people in your life. This nature all the things we use, the system that support to yourself and to this intelligent universe. Open up your hearts and give thanks to everything that you have in your life. And recollect your experiences from the session. And whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, dear friends. Hope you enjoyed the session. As you're relaxing in, before we have Lawrence share, we have a quick poll and a couple of announcements to make. Can I do that poll, Rakesh?
Yes. Okay, friends. Yeah, we are midway through the program, and I hope all of you are enjoying and learning various concepts. In these 3 weeks. So, as you are participating, we would also like to understand how we can have our program delivered better, right? So the poll questions that we are going to ask is related to that. Veena, can you make me a co-host?
I think she has it. She can drive it.
Yeah. So we'll ask 3 questions. Please do respond, so that it helps us, make our programs better.
Launch.
Yes. So the first question, again, it's sharing and getting the questions answered is one of the most important way, or in terms of our growth, right? So we want to understand how the various opportunities that we provide, like the Q&A in Zoom, the breakout rooms, the WhatsApp groups, chats with the facilitators. Do you feel you have enough opportunity to share and ask your questions? That is the first question. Second question, if you have not had too many engagements, or if you have not asked questions, or if you have shared your experiences, do indicate a reason why you felt you could not or you did not. And finally, the third question rather, is if there is a way where you could ask your questions anonymously or automatically at your own convenience, would you prefer to use that?
Like a technology?
Yeah, like a technology, yeah, some from where you get, whenever you ask questions, it will respond.
We have very little participation. Either people are hesitating to answer or not interested to answer. I only see 30% people have responded out of this room. Okay, good. You're all understanding the context before answering. It's really about increasing the engagement. So we are a group of technologists also. We're looking to understand what makes our interactions better so that we can appropriately maneuver or build something. Because in a physical model, we always had a lot of interactions. You come together, you have social meetings, you gather, and then you go into the night talking, chatting. Yesterday, we launched a Chennai group. The idea was to increase and encourage this local discussions right now in person. But where you're virtual now, so hardly we have some of it, those engagements happening. So how do you increase engagement is our idea. Okay, we probably will not wait for too long. So let's 50% responded, so reasonable. You can close the poll. All right, Rakesh, you can share the results tomorrow or some other day. So let's close the poll. Yes, Anisha, madam. Thank you, Rakesh.
Namaste, everyone. I'm Anusha. Good morning and wonderful afternoon, great evening to all the masters. On behalf of Buddha Seva Quantum Foundation, I take this opportunity to thank all the donors who have contributed between 28th August to 3rd September. I am announcing the names of the people who contributed 2,000 and above. Sumit Mathur, Ananta Saravanan D, Shivakumar Krishnavel, Anil Ranka, Prachi Tigaskar, Deepak Sangai, Shobha, Santosh Kulshekaram Mudalia, Kalpana U. Pawar, Rakesh Jalumane, Kamarajugada Nagalakshmi, Rajani Jagan Mohan. There are also anonymous donors. I thank immensely all the donors who have contributed for this noble cause. Friends, we are a non-profit organization with a sincere intent to transform lives at large. We primarily depend on the collections, on the donations received from the program participants to conduct our programs. While we have many dedicated volunteers who are selflessly serving, actively participating in the activities of the foundation, we have also engaged few employees to carry out the trust activities. We incur various costs for conducting the programs like technology, towards technology, content development, music development, promotions, and so on. So we request all of you to become a part of this our journey of transforming lives at large. And I'm very happy to inform you all that all your donations are covered under ATZ exemption, income tax exemption. You will get it, and this is covered since last year who have donated. So I request people to reach out to me for sharing the certificates. We need the PAN numbers and address for passing on this benefit. I'm giving in chat my contact number and email ID. Please send in your details. For making your valuable contributions, please log on to www.buddhaceo.org/donations, donate. We have the three options. One is a one-time payment, and we also have a monthly contribution module. These monthly recurring contributions really helps us to plan our activities ahead. And you can also become an active volunteer by signing over there. Currently, we have an requirement of Telugu translator. Those who are interested can reach out to us, any one of us. And I request you all to become a part of this noble journey in giving transformed lives to many. Thank you all. And one more thing, those who are contributing would like to contribute from other than India can reach out to me. Currently, the bank account what we are sharing will help the people to do it from Indian people only. Those who are from abroad can reach out to me for donations. Thank you all.
Thank you, Anusha. Wonderful. And thank you for your selfless service to the foundation. Oops. I want to get Lawrence on the screen. We got Siddiq, Masha. All right. Yes. Thank you all from the foundation for making your contributions. They definitely are part of the bigger cause. So thank you so much. Without losing further time, hi, Lawrence. Great to have you always back here. At 2 a.m., you are going to share your experiences with us, but you conquered sleep. All right, Lakshmi Madam, please introduce.
I'm very happy to invite today's guest speaker, Lawrence Jolly. Lawrence is an experienced senior general manager who successfully managed multiple large global organizations in the information and technology sector. She lived in France, Singapore, and United States based in New York until recently. Lawrence was general manager at IBM Services, as well as a corporate sponsor of mindfulness program at IBM. After introducing and teaching meditation to thousands of leaders and professionals, she decided to settle in France and devote her time to teaching meditation and mindfulness in the corporate and the academic world, as well as to engage in other meditation initiatives as well. She is also wife and mother of 2 boys and is committed to supporting people with disabilities. Let us all welcome Lawrence and listen more from her and her journey. Welcome, Lawrence.
Thank you so much. I want to say a couple of things. We dreamt of something like this in the years 2016, 17, 18, when we were together at IBM. And personally for me, Lawrence is that angel into my life. She is the spirit that came in who helped manifest my dreams. She was on the other side of the IBM, while on this side as Sanovi. That acquisition happened through her. She was the GM who made the decisions for me to be in that side, which opened up millions of gates for me. So I'm always deeply grateful personally to this great master. And then subsequently dreamt of teaching meditation. And she was such an instrumental, vital force in scaling it significantly across IBM, and then opening up us to cement this idea of a corporate foundation and then doing it together. So thank you, Lawrence. Please.
Wow, thank you, Chandra. Thank you, Lakshmi, for the introduction. I'm very happy to be participating to this Crystal program. Of course, the universe made France 3 hours and a half or 4 hours and a half, behind India. So it's difficult to be committed to this program. It's middle of the night here, but I'm very happy to meet at least one time everybody across the world who is in this program. So thank you, Chandra. I just want to know how much time I have, because I see it's 3:50 actually a.m. here. So is it 10 minutes, 15 minutes?
20 minutes.
Okay, 20 minutes. I will adapt. Yeah, what Chandra said, I mean, it's a two-way. The universe make it two ways. As you give, you receive. I gave all my energy. I could say nearly like crazy to do this acquisition in India. And I told the story a few times that when I was doing it, against all odds, because for IBM acquiring a company, software company in India for the business unit I was driving was probably not at that time the number one priority, but I could convince everyone. And I had a deep, deep, deep intuition to do it for my business, but it was even deeper than that. I remember that I was thinking and feeling I have to go to India. That was something I had to do, and I was successful for Chandra and all the employees of Sanofi, but I was also successful to help introduce meditation mindfulness into IBM, and it was thousands and thousands and thousands of people, and the movement keeps growing in IBM. And for me, I transform my life definitely in a big way, and I will try to share that in few minutes. Some of you have probably heard my stories, so now every time I select one or two topics I want to expand on. And today I'm going to talk about fearlessness and also friendship in a large extent. So congratulations again to you for being in that program. I meditate only since 5 years. I was born and raised in France in a Catholic family. Nobody was talking about meditation at all. I had no idea what it was, except maybe some yogi from the Himalayas or some people who had nothing else to do in real life. So for me, it was really not a domain of interest. It didn't resonate. On the other hand, it's funny to see that my house was full of Buddhas that I had collected over all the travels I did for my business and also with my family. But I never made the connection. But meditation really happened to me nearly overnight. Introduced by Chandra, and I met Patriji nearly the first day I was meditating. I think it was the first day. Overnight, I also became vegetarian. And we talk about it. And just by that, it's giving proof that you are ready at some point to completely transform life. Starting meditating, changing diet, and I can tell you in France, vegetarianism is growing, but not that fast. All the food is the first number one art of the country, and it's all about fish and meat in all capacities. So it was a big shock to my family that I was vegetarian, but they were supportive. And that I meditated, then they were even more supportive because, I was joyful. I was full of energy. I became more passionate, and I became more present. So, one thing I wanted to share is when you start meditating, for those of you who are the first time here, there is a period that is a kind of heaven period. You feel good. You sleep less. Usually you eat less. You are joyful. You don't really know why. You have not been reading any books yet. You start reading books and you start to try to understand what is happening to you, but you always feel good and clarity in your mind, sleeping less, eating less, healing. I healed my back pain. I was barely standing more than 10 minutes. I was always in pain since probably 10 years when I started to meditate. And of course, as engineer, business person, I did my research, I listened to the masters, and I applied my meditation in the first place to try to heal. For me, it was going to be also a proof of, is it true or not? Is it working or not? And besides sleeping less and eating less and being energetic, after about 3 weeks, I started to feel a change. I was doing better. I was applying the technique of manifestation to my back pain. And pretty fast, after nearly 2 months, I could stand again with no pain. I knew the limit of my body very well because I was mindful about it, but I could walk and trek, 10 miles was okay. So a big change in life. And that was then the beginning of deeper research and reading the first 2 years, nearly 200 books. I was reading all the time, audiobooks and reading books and, listening to conferences and so on. And that changed my life. And one of the books that was really, really impactful at the beginning was this book from the Buddhist monks, Jack Cornfield. And the book was called After the Ecstasy, the Laundry. Like after this period of feverish discovery and where everything changed, where you feel you change and transform and enjoy it, then the laundry is how do you apply it to the life? Because we still have responsibilities. We have a business, we have colleagues, we have employees, we have clients, we have a family, we have friends. One of my sons is handicapped, so caring and making sure he's in a good place and a good mind was a priority. So all of this is still there. And we are not Yogi from the Himalayas. We are not Mickey Mouse in Disneyland. So we need to adapt. And this richness of meditation, I really wanted to maximize how I would use it in life and how I could also make people benefit from it. So the key is that the real transformation that maybe you are starting to feel now through these programs or previous programs is to maintain and to translate that into actions in a daily life. And when I say actions, it can be small and big. One action is to always put our mind in the present moment, which we are all learning through meditation because we are telling our mind to be on the breath, and the breath is the present moment. So when we are able to do this and take the action and the commitment to do this during the day, step by step, we are reinforcing these processes inside ourselves, and we are really becoming able to live the present moment. And when we do that, we are present with people we are working with, present to the job we are doing, present to nature, enjoying every minute of it. And that's what happened to me. And my family told me, they have had the best time of their life since I meditate. When you do that, you also revisit your priorities. So meditation, mindfulness gave me the power and the strength to change priorities. I had a mentor a long time ago who told me, and I didn't really realize what it was at that time, but the wisdom was, you should never tell yourself that you don't have the time to do this or to do that. Oh, I don't have time. you should honestly and mindfully tell yourself that you have other priorities. So it's like you look at a kid, one of your kids, and I don't have time to play with you. The truth is that I have another priority now. And when you start applying that in your life, you also change the way you live your life, because you are mindfully facing your priorities and what you want to do or what you don't want to do, or the priorities you are making. This mindfulness strengths come from the meditation. For me, one key aspect, and I remember I told Chandra after nearly a few days, it's very, very odd, Chandra. I feel fearless. And I truly felt fearless. Fearless even of death. I had some fear, and I was starting to face them and step by step peel the onion. So I also was doing some research and reading some books about it. But we all have this. And sometimes we believe we are over this fear or this fear. No, I don't fear this anymore. It's okay, and so on. But when you meditate and you are mindful, you really go deeper and deeper and try to understand, why I am angry now. It's not I am angry. It's just I have a fear of something. And the various fear I had to face was the guilt. For instance, we all have guilt about things and mistakes we did. And we believe we have forgiven ourselves, but we have not. And it's consuming our energy, and it's triggering, emotions that are, making our head foggy sometimes and make bad decisions. So guilt is something we should all work on, because guilt is useless, absolutely, totally useless. It's just eating you alive. You try to hide it or not be aware of it, but I recommend everyone to make sure that you have been forgiving yourself for everything, because it's from the past, and every day we are a new person. And as we meditate, we are able and we have the strength to do that. So guilt, in my case, for instance, one of the biggest guilt I had is the handicap of my son. That's, by the way, the first questions I asked to Chandra or to Patriji. And transforming the guilt into now looking at my son as my best master, the master of my life, the person who made the most impact on my life is my handicapped son. I would not be what I am now if he was not there. But you have the society, making some pressure on you because you have handicapped son in many, many ways, being from the academic side or the, medical side, and so on. So looking at this, also the fear, of course, of death, but the fear of losing things, losing my job, being a failure, the kind of basic fear that we have when we change job, or if we have to make a big decision to accept a new job, and fearing that you are not going to be able to achieve it. And for the younger people here in this session, you all know that, but we are ambitious. We want to do new things, but when it comes, we always wonder, am I able to do it? Especially for the woman, because we have been not exactly raised the same way than the boys. So we always feel that we are not going to be as good as we should be. We want to be perfect and perfect and perfect. And perfection seems very difficult when you start a new task or a new job, a new activity. So this went away. The fear of lack, I won't have enough. We always, and that was one of my weakness, if I may, is always fearing I will not have enough. And especially I will not have enough for my son. And I remember a very deep conversation with Chandra, as he was really my mentor, my teacher, my coach on meditation, telling him, I'm always anxious. I won't have enough, to give to my son, because when I'm not here anymore, who will take care of him? And it really helped me understand that the universe has our back, and as we give, we receive, and everything gets organized to make sure that what we need is fulfilled. Abundance is there. It was one of the most difficult things to transform inside myself. But it comes naturally, and things are showing that it works very well. Actually, my business has never been so good since I was meditating, and things happen in my life that really helped me. Finding the right person to take care of my son, very nice and caring person, and so on. So things happened. And also the last one, which I wanted to talk about, and I will, if I can share a slide, I will share, yes, something that was really, can I share a slide? Is that okay? Yeah, I guess I can.
Your co-host, you can share.
Yeah. So, just move this. This is one of the best learning also as you start meditating. It's this notion of, always feeling in a sort of victim, and that's very human being condition. You learn that we tend to blame the world, the universe, others, our company, employers, whoever, family members. We also have some challenges, health challenges and so on, and we continuously feel as a victim. And when you start meditating, and these words were very impactful to me, but you have the Buddha's words also on this slide. It's again about meditation, helping you to be mindful during the day. And every time you feel that emotion about, why is this happening to me? And it can be small. Why do I receive this email from my boss? Why these colleagues told me something? Why I always have the customer that are the most difficult? Why this, why that? I know why my partner is so painful. Okay. Why my kids are always doing something that, is, I have to care about it, and I have no influence of them. Why? When you start looking at this as an experience, something, the world, your world will change, completely change. And I mean it. And it does apply to every single things, but you have to be mindful when it's happening. And to stop, this feeling of victim. And when you do that again and again and again, you become more curious. You want to understand better yourself. And by understanding better yourself, understand better the other. You develop this emotional intelligence that is coming up and realizing your emotion. And you become an explorer of yourself, and an explorer of the world, an explorer of the other people, and it's about being fascinating because you keep learning. So changing the fear of being a victim to, yes, the universe has my back and I have something to learn from every experience, the difficult one, the challenging one, but also the joyful one, is reflecting on yourself and changing your life. And at work, it means that you start, trusting your intuition, you start learning new things, you ask for help, you are more confident, and you can manage more, of course, better, conflict, for instance, because you are not in the emotional, oh, why is this problem happening again to me? You are in, what do I need to learn from it? Being more patient, more clear, doing a better job, things like that. And you learn also with, inclusiveness, for instance, why people are always unhappy in this part of the world in my team. And maybe I am not doing something enough. Let's explore this and take action to change. And instead of talking diversity, for instance, let's start exploring what is inclusiveness, taking real action so that everybody feel that they have a seat at the table, consulting them, using different mode of management, for instance, management style. So all of this came with the mindfulness that meditation is building up, in ourselves, and how you transform. Learning how to be more grateful, but express gratefulness. Because we used to say thank you every 5 minutes, but it's better to say thank you for being there today with me. Thank you for the service you gave me yesterday, and to express it. And at the end of the day, all of this is landing to, what we call the art and science of friendship. We are doing, this 3 weeks of, mindfulness for the zest of life. And we talk about all these topics. But recently, and I will finish on this, of course, art and friendship is one of my favorite topics. Friendship with ourselves that we learn through meditation, mindfulness, friendship with everyone. Even learning to be comfortable with the discomfort of, being with new strangers and getting to know them, even if they are living a complete different life, different background, different perspective. You find it as a richness instead of the fear of new. And, I had a chance recently, and I talked to Chandra about it, to make, some change in my life, moving from New York to France, deciding to do non-profit activities, overcoming the fear of, lack of income. And recently do a child dream, by adopting a horse, and having my husband also adopting another horse, and doing horse riding. Even if many people told me, at your age, you start horse riding at your age, are you crazy or what? But I didn't do horse riding as I would have done 20 years ago. My main interest went to the animal. I am a vegetarian. I came on vegetarian from the health advantage to the environment, necessity to the compassion for animal. And here I am in an additional transformation with all the benefit of meditation, mindfulness, to understand the animal, to be curious about how they live. And by going through this and understanding also through books, because many people have been writing about it, that we share energy with the animals. And in fact, when you are with the animals, you are, of course, close to it or even on it, sharing energy and frequencies, vibration. A horse can feel your heart. A horse can feel how you are breathing. And it has a direct impact on how they behave and how they feel. And you start to go deeper and deeper into the connection with the universe, with the kind of overall consciousness that we share with every single living being. And, it's wonderful, because 20 years ago, 25 years ago, I was riding, but I was riding the classical way. You go in a place, you jump on a horse, you do an hour, and then you stop and you go back home. Now, what is the most impactful and most fascinating for me is the animal itself. And it has ripple effect to my own behavior. I'm learning even more passions. I am humble. I need to learn. This animal is teaching me. So it's a never-ending journey, my friends. Every time you do something new, being traveling, deciding to say hello to a stranger, giving a smile, doing a new activities at work, as you meditate and you are mindful during your day, it's a complete different world, and it's just fascinating. So that's what I wanted to share with you, and encouraging all the beginners to keep going, because every step you make, will be a step toward, fulfilling yourself and being joyful. And the last point is you also, meditation is not like serious and we all have, it's also a joyful journey. You learn to celebrate, to be grateful, to have fun, and to enjoy every minute of it and make really good memories because you are present and you are aware of the people around you. Thank you so much, Chandra. It took maybe a little more time.
That's wonderful. What meditation is doing, that statement, it's no longer about the sport, it's about the animal. Where you're learning, and we learn in every situation, and become so mindful, and we apply these grand principles of friendship. Friendship with people is always there. Friendship with ourselves is the first thing we're learning in meditation, and friendship with animals and beings is absolutely there. It starts from protecting those, it starts from even not doing this, taking those bats and then killing those mosquitoes. Talk to them. There are many ways, but it's great to hear. Lawrence has more stories to tell about her horse riding and merging with consciousness. But as a mindfulness coach, someone who is now, she is into wanting to introduce this to more people under this new platform she's building, along with a few of some technologies in France called Ulu platform, which is focused on health and wellness on one side and then career growth on the other side. So an Ulu platform, a new platform, a social media that they're building. All for introducing more and more greatness into people. So wonderful, Lawrence, for coming back and then doing this with us. Jagdish, your observations?
Oh, yes. Good morning, Lawrence. Thank you very much.
Hello again.
I've always enjoyed listening to you from the very first moment I had you. Your journey has been amazing. Couple of things I think the big takeaway from you today is meditation is not serious. It's something to enjoy, and it makes your life beautiful and you make very happy. And people take things very seriously. Meditation helps you enjoy this. Second thing is friendship. I think as we go along, and we are miles apart, we look at only shadows through this so-called virtual, but there is the soul connections, and this friendship makes a lot of difference in our world. Thank you very much. I love listening to you. I continue to listen to you. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you, Jagdish. Mr. Abraham from Canada, ESSA. We enjoy the talk.
No, more important is what Lawrence mentioned about getting rid of fear. Fear or doing something or looking good or anything. That was a very important point. All our life, in many areas we fear things, so we withdraw. But meditation helps. That's a very important point Lawrence mentioned. And also prioritizing mindfulness. These 2 points I like. Heard of what you said. We would like to have more of your contribution, visits. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Abrahamji. Yes. Manjula, madam.
Good morning. Namaste, Lawrence ma'am. That was really very inspiring story of you that will inspire us for sure. As you said about the being fearless, I also wanted to share one small thing that I also overcome with the fear of height. Actually, I sometimes what happens is when I see from the terrace, a kind of fear was there previously, I should say. And what I do to overcome is in our country, I think you have heard about the Pokhara, very beautiful place with the mountains and hills, mountains, and there some group are doing this paragliding thing. So last year I went there and I attended the paragliding. In starting, I was quite nervous, but if I hadn't did that, I would regret that moment. That was so, so exciting for me. After doing the paragliding, I think I have lost that fear of being in the height. I tested that also by standing in the terrace, but I didn't fear that much fear of the height. So yes, we should do the thing that we are in fear to make ourselves fearless also. And yes, the thing that you say about the friendship with animals, that's really very great and wonderful. And I also like animals and love animals, I think more than human beings. I don't know why, but I love them very much. Their friendship are really very more than the friendship of humans, I think. And thank you so much, ma'am.
Great, thank you.
She's from Nepal.
Yeah, I'm from
Yes,
Nepal.
Nepal. All right. Siddiqui Basha.
Hey. Okay, so yeah, Lawrence, thank you so much. I could echo myself in your words, loving the animals, experiencing each moment. Whenever see animal goes nearby my home, I'm being from Muslim community, especially with the cows. But I love spending time with cows, like whichever just past my home, I'll be going there and massaging the cows. So whatever words you said, I was like enjoying and echoing myself in those words. Thank you so much for sharing.
And by the way, thanks for sharing about the cows. Whenever I find cows in the field and I can stop, I would stop and just watch and try to look at them, their eyes. I feel is one of the most calming moment is to just be with the cows when they are, quietly eating, and they have beautiful eyes. So yeah, it's a very good introduction to meditation, looking at cows.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Siddiqui, for making that. And he is from Bangalore. He was there at Pyramid Valley. And we need to meet again. Dr. Poonam, let's switch on your video. You have something to say? Never mind. We'll take Usha Madam. Usha Madam, we've been always there. Yes. Yes.
Hello, Chandra Garu and Lawrence. Thank you so much. I do enjoy every session of yours. The knowledge you're sharing, I don't think I would have gone and read those books, read any of the books, and if they were not introduced, through your program. On my own, I don't think I'd ever gone and read those. And also, even all your sessions, they are extremely valuable, very, very rich in wisdom, and it's so rich that I can't grasp the whole thing in one session. I have to always go back and listen to your videos to make sure I understand it fully. Some of the things that you say are there's such deep meaning that it's hard to grasp in just one session. So when you ask us, why we don't share or why we don't participate, or when you say like sometimes, are you guys not finding the session interesting? It's not that it's not interesting. It's probably it's overwhelming for us because it is so rich in knowledge and wisdom. That's why novices like me need more time to just absorb your information and practice it and to get the full benefit out of it. So I am extremely thankful. Thank you so much for conducting these sessions. They're marvelous. They're just marvelous. And thank you for your sharing. You know, some of the things that you share are quite personal. So it encourages us to overcome our fears and our limitations, or things that we withhold because you feel that people are going to judge you. So, thank you so much. And I will definitely share my more experiences as I progress. But I personally have benefited. I the first time I participated was in your abundance program. And then I also did a couple of your rather manifestation, the 3-day manifestation program that you did. And now I'm in the crystal program. And I'm definitely, learning more and more from it. I don't have the kind of experience that some of these other people have, but that's not what I'm looking for. It's just to be able to, function better in the present moment. With whether, be at work or just in the family or just in everyday life, right? Astral travel, all those are probably, things that I will probably do much later. But for now, I think I still need to, I apply your knowledge. There's plenty for me to learn from your sessions. So thank you once again. Thank you so much.
Your gratitude to Lawrence.
Hey, Usha, I recognize your words as mine a few years ago. And I even said exactly the same words. No astral travel, none of this. By the way, I was seeing 0 and I still see 0 in meditation. I was feeling just energy. But what I can promise you is by, progressing in this program and reading a few books, but even just doing this program, the freedom you're going to have is this fear of being judged, and you get the freedom of you don't care. I mean, you trust yourself and you don't care. Not you don't care in a bad way as, I'm going to do foolish things that could hurt anyone. No, it's just you do what you feel you have to do. And one of the best examples was when I wanted to start teaching mindfulness in IBM. Because so many people told me, your career is over. They're going to feel that you are going to stop working and being focused on your work. And what are you doing? This is engineers. And, they feel that you are going to work less and all of this, right? And I had the fear how I will be judged even by my family. And some of my best friends told me, don't do that. But I knew deep inside, and of course with the help of Vani and Chandra, that it was what I wanted. So it was just, I had to be smart on finding a way to do it with the blessings of human resource and my own boss to make sure it would work and I would not be stopped right away. But, this fear of, you could see me now, the way I'm going sometimes to buy my bread, now I don't feel I always need to do the makeup and to be perfect. We have to be perfect the way we are educated as women. And perfection doesn't exist at all. But you become mindful about that after a while. So doing your best is the key. But looking for perfection is killing our life. So I really hope, Usha, you're going to find this freedom because it's so wonderful.
Yes,
when you have it and you start doing things you would have found crazy a few years before, but then you want to try it, to learn it, even if it's the out of comfort zone, and even if nobody in your family has ever done it, you want to try, like Manushree, who is, in a height now and doing crazy things.
Yes. Yes. It certainly is very liberating, yes.
Moshe, you are calling from Dallas, right?
Yes, Aunandi, yes.
Okay, very good. Yes, Vani madam?
Yes, Lawrence, I love you so much. Every time your experience is not like speech, it's words of practicality, really is so inspiring and so, it's like especially your code, that way, the screen you presented, that one, I really impressed a lot. Why it's coming to me, the health, why it's coming this problem, and what is that teaching me out of this. That is really important in everybody's life. That is what you are represented. But we know everything, but even though situation comes, why it's coming for me? For a different person in a different areas, it's like some people health, some people in life challenges, but everybody we will think in that way. But we have to do our inner journey, and we will get our own answers with that clarification. Our life will be like a paradise. That is what we all should getting now. We are doing our inner journey. Thank you, Lawrence. Actually, the moment the session is over, I thought of calling you, but Chandra pulled me here. I really want to talk, and Usha ma'am, the way you are talking is really amazing. Your words are really so powerful, and whatever your experience, it's coming from the heart. Really wonderful, wonderful. You are on the journey, and really, it's a great journey. It's happening for you, and really, it's wonderful. And every time these sessions are individually, we all are learning, and we are inside inner journey. It's happening. That is what we all are looking for ourselves. When we are ready, that is automatically it will go to others. It's spirituality is not for the teaching. It's a built up in our own life. Then automatically it will go. That is what I learned from Patriji. That is what we all are doing through foundation. And Lawrence, it's night and early morning, I think. She is still wake up and she wants to give the best, and her experience she wants to share. So enthusiasm, still every time she's sharing her experience in a different. Is not that Lawrence experience we heard last time. No, every time she's learning. That is what I'm learning from you, Lawrence. I love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Vani.
Yes, we always learn.
Love you too.
Yes.
Let's hear Narendra sir's concluding comments, and then don't go away. There is an important announcement that Lakshmi Madam is going to make. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Master Chandraji, and thank you, Madam Lawrence. Really, today, your particular talk has been very, very useful and inspiring. I particularly liked the sentence, as Vani Madam also said, instead of asking what is happening to us, what we are making learning out of that, and how to overcome our guilt and fear. Actually, by again and again brooding over the subject of what's happening, quite a lot of us have complicating our further in that, and only through meditation we get the confidence and the what you call more that type of broader thinking of to make a further deep into that, to understand, as you rightly said, what we are learning and what are the new experience we are getting. And this journey of meditation also as a soul energy or soul study or whatever, we have been hearing from quite a lot, that each of that experience is good for our future journey. And in that respect, Lawrence Madam, other subject also, that how the art and science of friendship is becoming more and more useful to us in our personal life as well as in our professional life. And through our Master Chandra, that these 40 days meditation, I am very really happy to find new leaders are coming up, and they are also getting the art of friendship. And I think quite a lot of these last 1.5 years, this meditation journey by Master Chandra would have resulted in much more friendship among the people who opted for this program, and their relationship is again blossoming outside this whatever program what we are doing, and the way in which our WhatsApp are being people are interacting, and that is also a great. And similarly, one area that I like, that we must venture into more and more new what you call as our challenges, and also the very fact that animals are communicating, They are talking to us and they love us and we love them, and our both the heart are connected. This is also one of the very important message you give, by which you practice also. So thank you, Lawrence Madam. We would like to, as Vani has said, we would like to hear you quite often, but for this time difference, anyhow, we will organize some program where both the time could be matched and you would be able to communicate your wisdom to a larger pool of our people in India. Thank you, Madam. And thank you, Master Chandraji.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir, for being there throughout. And yes, Lakshmi Madam, please go ahead and announce it.
Friends, we are very happy to share about our very loving program, the commencement of Akhanda Dhyana, Cosmic Shower, that's what we are calling, a 40-day, 3 hours intensive meditation designed especially for deep healing, manifestation, and above that, understanding of self. So we are going to start this from September 5th, that's tomorrow, and it will continue till October 14th, and it will start from 4 a.m. IST. It will continue till 7 a.m. So few of us have already had the experience of what it is, and I invite all of you to join it and read the most of it. Thank you. And we have a Facebook live session happening tomorrow. That's again September 5th from 7:30 to 8:15 p.m. IST, headed by Lawrence. And the topic will be emotional intelligence and meditation. So request all of you to join and again, listen to the wonderful words of Lawrence. And from Crystal point of view, the part 2 of Crystal is going to start from Monday, where we are going to cover, where we are going to talk about emotional intelligence, what is the purpose of life, spiritual quotient, and service. So you can encourage your friends and families to join us, though they have not joined for the past 3 weeks. They can definitely go through the past videos and understand it better. But yeah, please spread this word and enjoy yourself. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Madam. A word about this Akhanda Dhyana. It is parallel to Crystal. Now, Vani Madam is an intuitive master and always been sensing, always in there. So she had this intuition that we must start a 40-day program, long meditations. Not everybody may be able to participate. That is okay. Some of you may be able to join in once or twice or sometimes. But few of the senior people who have been practicing for a long time wanting to come together and then do this to create a intent for more and more adoption of meditation, mindfulness into the organizations, into the governments. So that's going to be one of the core intents, sankalpa of this meditation program, that we're going to do this together. In addition to, of course, our personal intents and our personal things that we want to manifest, we want to be, right? So this program will run at 4 a.m. to 7 a.m. parallel to Crystal. No problem. Those of you who want to join, feel free to go there. Continue the full 3 hours, absolutely fine, right? We're all together anyway during that meditation hour of the Crystal. And those if you want to do for 2 hours, no problem. You can always exit at any time and then come and join this, right? Or simply be in the Crystal, complete your 3-week journey till end of September 24th, and you still have 3 weeks of opportunity to connect into that long meditation. So all options exist. Don't have to worry about it's happening parallelly, and so how do I do, right? So if you have someone who have deep interest for long meditation, you feel you're ready, go in there, right? Go in there. Otherwise, stay through in the Crystal for some time and then experiment. Only experimentation we can tell that we can do these long meditations, but they always are making a difference. And especially if you're doing it sustained for some time. So there is plenty of opportunity because you're doing for 6 weeks. And so join and come in with that interest to make a difference. And they do. They do. In New York, when they did a mass meditations for a week, when they did a group mass meditation, then they found, it's not in New York, in Washington, they found that a lot of crime rate dropped in that Washington certain crime rate area when they did these mass meditations. the crime rate dropped. So suddenly, millions of people got benefited. So it is always happening, dear friends. It is for the larger good. We can absolutely do the intents as much as we do for ourselves. So thank you so much for joining. And we'll certainly see all of you in sometime or the other in these meditations, either for all 40 days or for some days at least, right? And it is there at least for 3 weeks after crystal. So those, do not worry. Finish if you're first timer, I definitely advise you to do the crystal journey, finish crystal journey, and then join the rest of the time for these long meditations, right? Thank you all. Thank you, Lawrence, for staying through and then doing this session. And we'll all meet again tomorrow for our Sunday programs. Thank you. We all want to listen to the song before what Veena is going to play today.
We are all angels who only have one wing. All angels searching for each other. All angels who cannot reach the sky. 'Cause we need each other to fly. Do you know there are angels in our midst? Can you hear them? Can you feel them? They're all around you, with you every day. Do you see them, or do you look the other way? It's that man that I forgot to kiss as I hurried out the door, or that stranger that said hello that I ignored. They are angels. They are angels. We are angels. We are all angels who only have one wing. All angels searching for each other.
Raise your hand. Just feel the raised hand.
I just wanted to thank Lawrence for the powerful concepts which she said today. One is if we believe that everything or everybody who comes into our life has got a purpose, and everything happening in our life has a purpose, then we don't see any imperfections. Everything is perfect for that particular time, for that particular event in our life. So if you take that mindset, there are no imperfections in anything or anybody. Everything looks beautiful, and that's most powerful statement which we can concept which we can adopt, and then our life will become much more beautiful. And if you extend that concept a little more bit, we lose the fear of death, because even if death happens, there's a purpose for it. So once you lose the fear of death, you are boundless. There is no limit for us. You can do anything you want to do, because there is no fear. That opens up abundance itself. You don't need to go after the abundance. It just pops up. That's most powerful, which I felt. And on the other side of it, friendship, the purpose of, especially when I look at you and then Lawrence and Shreyans, you three together, and of course Sagar also. I feel very jealous about it because you are the spiritual friends, the soul friends, I would say, working towards the spirituality and then working together to spread the spirituality to everybody. I feel it's very rare combination. The friendship, there are a lot of friendships, and friendship should be the one like love, but nowadays there are a lot of friendship for transactions, friendship for something else. But this pure friendship, which is the purpose of friendship is for spirituality, is very rare, which I see in four of you, which is very, very great. The other thing is understanding the animals and talking to them is the ultimate consciousness which we can achieve, which is very, very rare in a lot of people, because once you get this understanding of everything is perfect, everything is happening for a purpose, even an animal coming to you and looking into your eyes has got a purpose. And that's a beautiful and most powerful, and the peak of your understanding and consciousness. I'm very, very thankful to Lawrence for bringing these concepts in, and thanks a lot. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sridhar. Well said. Thank you.
Sridhar, I am just a word. I am speechless because you are putting the most beautiful words, and I can tell you it resonates in me because you gave a little more color and clarity on what I wanted to express. So thank you for that. Just wonderfully said. And I think you can feel like a spiritual master too, and a spiritual friend. I'm really grateful for the words.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Privileged.
Right. Thank you. Thank you all. Have a wonderful rest weekend. Bye-bye.